Guilds, a new competitive voyage, and PVE servers have been confirmed as Season 10 approaches release. Alright, so the Season 10 preview event has now aired, and it's left the community feeling pretty mixed about the update. So let's dive into everything we know about Season 10, what we're getting, and what I think about it. Season 10 is going to be split into 3 parts, with 3 different headline features launching each month of the season: October, November, and December. Starting off with October and what the season will be releasing with. This has been confirmed to be Guilds. It was teased in the Orb 2022, and now it's finally here. They didn't share too much about Guilds or actually any of the features. They showed very limited gameplay, but so far we know that first off, anyone can create a guild provided you own one ship. You'll be able to create your own guild name, motto, and iconography, and it can have up to 24 players in it. The only major detail they revealed about Guilds is that you can share captained ships. What this means is, say I own a guild, and I say, hey, my guild members can use one of my ships. Let's say I put the Queen of the Damned out there. What this means is that when I'm offline, when I'm not playing, anyone in my guild can sail on my ship. All my customization, trinkets, everything will be saved. But you can sail my boat. You can even earn milestones towards it. So I can come back and bam, my boat has some brand new progression towards various alignment goals. The final thing of note they said about Guilds was that there's brand new rewards and you'll earn a distinction every 100 levels, whatever that means. I'm sure we'll hear more about Guilds in the build up to Season 10, but for now we're limited in the knowledge that we've been given. So overall, Guilds, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but I am concerned because it just looks like new UI, just how captaincy was, more stat tracking, no new content. It's not a new C4, it's not Legend of the Veil, it's not a new world event, it's more of the same. So we'll have to see about that. Hopefully the rewards are worthwhile, but I'm glad there's extra content in this season because Guilds aren't looking like anything ridiculously special. But let's move on to what we're getting in the second month of Season 10, that being November. Our second main headline feature is a brand new competitive voyage, the first of its kind, called the Skull of Siren's Song. This acts like a world event. We don't know if it's part of the world event cycle yet, but the general idea of it is that when the voyage is active, a ghostly note will appear on the mast of every ship in the server. This is how you opt in to the voyage. When you do, the ghost of Captain Briggsy will appear on your boat and set you on the hunt. This is really exciting in terms of the lore because it means they're going to be progressing the Briggsy and Tasha story and are hopefully finishing that off, because it doesn't quite make sense at the moment if we had the voyage coming now at this stage in the story. Briggsy's been captured by the Dark Brethren, so presumably there's going to be an adventure, perhaps the first replayable adventure before this voyage launches, which will see us rescue Briggsy and journey to the ancient temple where there's a cure for the skeleton curse or something like that. Anyway, once you've opted into this voyage, you'll be given 2 maps, and this voyage is a shared voyage, and that means everyone in the server has the same 2 maps. These 2 maps lead to 1 key and 1 chest, and I'm sure you can guess what happens next. You need to marry up the 2 items. You need to bring the chest and key together to unlock it. It's worth noting that these 2 items have a giant beacon that goes into the sky, and they're also marked on the map, so you'll always know where they are at all times. Once the chest has been opened, the Skull of Siren's Song will belong to the crew who opened it. This skull can be used as a weapon, be it to defend player borders on your boat, or there are sets of challenges that the skull is involved in. Once the skull is on board your ship, you'll have to protect it, but there's a catch. This skull is cursed, and it'll slow your ship down, making PvP almost inevitable if ships are close enough. They didn't specify where you hand this in, whether it's a loot item or a quest item, so we'll have to wait and see. But overall, this is a really good addition to the game, reminding me of the arena days, to be honest with you, with the shared maps. I'll be excited to see how this plays out, because recently PvP updates have been great for the game. Just look at Season 8. It's a great mix between a world event and a voyage, so I'll have to wait and see what happens, but overall it's looking really cool. I'm sure there are going to be some amazing rewards for that. Okay, now, the final thing coming in December. This is less of a feature and just more of a thing that they're adding, but PVE servers have been confirmed. And wait, before you jump to the comments and yelling about it, and before you start saying, why did they do this? You know, there is a catch, and this, you kind of have to agree with it a little bit. First off, private servers, yourself, or up to 3 friends. Makes sense. It's not a shared world. However, you can only earn up to 30% of rep and gold. So if you hand in a captain's chest, you will only get 30% of the reward from that item handed in. There is a cap of a level 40 on all of the trading companies, and the Athena trading company Pirate Legend stuff is completely disabled. So you can't become a Pirate Legend, you can't participate in Pirate Legend activities, and you can't participate in Hourglass modes either, representing the Guardians of Fortune or the Servants of the Flame. Additionally, there's no Reaper's Bones. You can't progress the Reaper's Bones, there's no guilds, emissaries, or live events like Golden Glory. So it is extremely limited and balanced. The reason why they've added this mode is because they want a mode for players to be able to learn the game, for brand new people to be able to come in and not be, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but who don't want to be sunk instantly, who don't want to join the game and get loads of treasure, or even a little bit of treasure and feel like they've worked hard, and then just get sunk by some toxic PvP sweatlords. So overall, there are positive elements to this. There are of course the negative drawbacks, like we've always said, about potential abuse with regards to the gold section, but the way they've done it, I don't think it'll be too bad. The only thing that could be a bit of an issue is commendations, because some commendations are either really hard because they take place in the shared world, or just challenging in general, but easier in private servers. Now, alright, you can't progress the Reaper's Bones commendation, Athena commendations, whatever, but there's still build track commendations, gold, order and merchant commendations, which are open to being grinded. Because you can progress all commendations unless they're locked away, because you can't actually do the activities in safer seas. The other thing this mode's good for is tall tales. If you want to play through the story at your own pace without the risk of getting sunk, it's perfect. Those commendations I have less of an issue with, because the story stuff is kind of designed to be single player or single crew. My biggest concern with PvE servers as a whole is that new players might get to level 40, realise they can't continue in safer seas, and then just stop playing the game because they don't like PvP and they want to avoid it. This game at its core is meant to really embrace PvP values, a shared world, Sea of Thieves. The whole thing is that you're always at risk. You always need to keep your eye on the horizon, and for me that's what really makes the game, that feeling of risk. Even if I was a new player, I don't think I would participate in the safer seas, maybe for the first day, but not to level 40, because the world feels so empty. Come on, think. How many times have you been in a server and there's been no ships there? How dead does it feel? It takes the magic away. The feeling of doing Fort of the Damned and then ships being around you. They could be carrying loot. You could sink them. You could sink as well. Risk reward. I don't know. For me personally, I just prefer the PvP and PvE side of things. Other people prefer just PvE, that's fine, but I can't help feel that especially when players that have been in safer seas come into high seas, they won't be prepared. They'll expect the same thing but just with more rewards, and they'll get sunk because they haven't had that early practice at PvP. They haven't had that practice that all of us had when we were first going through the game, when we first got sunk. Yes, sinking is annoying, but you learn and you get better. So, Season 10 as a whole. If you said that I have to wait 3 months for that, yeah, great, bring it on. But 7 to 9 months. Season 9 released in March. And we've gotten a new UI system which is an extension of captaincy, a new voyage, and PvE servers. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I'm going to have a new video coming out very soon with my full thoughts on the whole delay matter, because this video is getting long enough already. But yeah, I don't know if the wait was worth it. I really don't know. This content is like relatively good content, but not for 7 to 9 months. No way. 7 to 9 months for that. Wow, that's just amazing. Because the only new real content is the new PvP Voyage. And even that, we're not exactly talking about, you know, Legend of the Veil here, Sea Forts, Sunken Kingdom, a brand new region. You know, we're not talking about this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see. They did say in the video they haven't announced everything to do with Season 10. I'm optimistic because what else can we be? There's no point being pessimistic because we are getting content at least, but I don't know what the future of this game looks like going into 2024 because Season 10 is a lot of systems again. But anyway, this video is getting long, so let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. Are you happy with the Season 10 preview event? What do you think of it? Could it have been improved? And what do you think of PvE servers? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy them, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well so you never miss a single upload. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.